Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. This video is going to contain a quick look at the Divine Deception Facility events. I'll be playing through the event trial on Standard and Expert difficulty, and while that footage rolls, I'm going to share my thoughts on the event story and discuss its implications for the game's lore as a whole. Full spoilers ahead for everything from Divine Deception, Agents of the Goddess, and the main campaign. Alright, so the event starts off quaint enough. We learn of a village called Paradise, and how a mysterious madam is manipulating the memories of people within it, possibly using the power of a sealing stone. We meet two new apostles, Faris and Rosarda, who are investigating the incident, alongside a returning apostle, Pinon, who's joined by her sigil-bound dragon, Gabrielle, for the first time. Where things take their first twist is that when someone dies in the village, another apostle, Basilius, shows up, placing the blame on Faris. Pinon is able to corroborate the story from Basilius, claiming she was sent on a secret mission, and we're left wondering whether Faris is in fact trying to revive a demon. Now, this may have been a cliffhanger for some, since the event cut off at this point and we had to wait until today to get the rest of the story, but if you've been playing Dragalia Lost for a while, you probably know that Basilius can't be trusted. Back during the Agents of the Goddess Facility event, Basilius supposedly destroyed a sealing stone off-screen that was making Otherworld Ramiel immortal, but after doing so, he met up with Cardinal Grot of Grams and Harl, reporting back on the demon revival incident and what happened with the Wrath. It almost seemed like a test case or experiment to see whether the three of them could indeed use sealing stones to revive demons. Remember, Grot and Harl are both shady themselves, trying to obtain the Dawn Shard just like Nedric, but with their own ambitions in mind. We know Grot wants to take over as the Pope of Grams, but we still don't really know what Harl is scheming or who he truly is. Anyway, we got further confirmation of a traitor among the Apostles later in the Chapter 17 interlude during a dialogue between Nevin and Sandalphon. The clear implication was that Basilius was up to no good. And as it turns out, yup, Basilius is then revealed to be the villain in this event. He manipulated Pinon's memories, which is extra sad because she looked up to him and idolized him as the ideal apostle. Where things take a startling turn is when Basilius goes into a monologue declaring his evil villain plan, which is apparently the revival of Satan himself. This is just about the last thing I expected to hear in a Dragalia Lost story, even if it was focused on the church within the game. Basilius certainly has devilish good looks, and he kind of reminds me of the villain from Devilman Crybaby with his blonde hair and blue eyes, but this still came as a surprise. It was a really big shock. Basilius also mentions the Empyrean War, something previously alluded to by Harl during his meeting with Basilius and Grot. Empyrean refers to the sky or heaven, likely meaning this was a war between angels and demons. The demon who looks like Gabrielle is even name-dropped to be Jaldabaoth. We also learn that Harl apparently goes by another name, which makes me wonder if, just like Basilius, he's also a servant of Satan or otherwise some kind of demon. Maybe we could be in for dark apostles of the devil, with names like Lucifer, Beelzebub, or Bahamut, who are all trying to revive the big bad. It's pretty wild stuff for Dragalia Lost, but genuinely has me excited for the rise of the Sinister Dominion to see how Lilith ties into all of this. Another wondering I have is when the Empyrean War could have taken place. We know that between the First and Second War of Binding, there were a few different empires in the world of Dragalia Lost. We've gotten name-dropped characters like Dane, who was apparently an emperor during that time. But other than that, a war between angels and demons, it feels like we would know that that happened. So, since Elysium was already called the Holy Worm during Ilia's time, it makes me wonder if he's more of an Old Testament god who predates even the Ilian Church and was still worshipped back in the day. And maybe it was his war against demons, fallen angels, or perhaps just dark dragons that is being referred to as the Empyrean War. He certainly has more of a wrathful vibe than Ilia, that's for sure. Honestly, I don't know a lot about this type of stuff. I didn't grow up in any Abrahamic tradition of any sort, so I've always thought Judeo-Christian lore and Gnosticism is pretty interesting, but I don't have a lot of the deep cuts or knowledge that some of you out there may have, so I'd love to hear more in the comments if you all have other ideas or theories on what's going on. I literally just watched Evangelion earlier this year, so Anything related to angels lately has me very, very hyped. I'm super curious to see where the next part of the church arc takes us. I expect that we'll get to meet Uriel, probably Raphael, and maybe even Michael, who perhaps is in on Basilius' scheme, likely to be a powerful archangel and villain himself. But I think that's going to do it for today's video, everyone. Let me know what you thought about this event in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you as always for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.